Alrighty, we're live, and it's Wednesday morning. It's actually working out a little bit better Wednesday morning and Wednesday around noonish to do these. Let me click and make sure I can share I can share this real quick on my timeline, and there we go. All right, hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a few things that are going on. Again, I'm not sure that we do these live partly to engage with you, so if you get a chance to get on here and say hello, please say hello. But bigger than that is just to keep you guys informed of some things that are going on in addition to our Q&A. We didn't have any Q&A came through this Sunday. I assume that's because Don gave you all excellent information. I was able to watch his message, and man, it is a lot of information in terms of just definitely processing our emotions, and that's what we're going to talk about over the next couple weeks. Because as big of a deal as it is to understand where the emotions come from, where the thoughts come from, how they function in our lives, is how do we process them. I wrote a blog that went out today called Unhealthy Emotions Equals an Unhealthy Life. And talked a little bit about just, how do you start to process some of the emotions in your life and understand the power that it has in your life. Tracy led the gathering last week and shared very similar stories in terms of the power of emotions. We're just diving in this month talking about that, and so I really hope you're looking forward to the series. Like I said, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to talk more about the power of our emotions. Now, I'm really excited about some of the follow-up conversation I've had since the Dream series, the Dream Again series, and I really hope that you were able to be here for every single one of those messages. I've really enjoyed just having follow-up conversations with people. Matter of fact, today, one of the partner highlights over on our Journey Partner page, if you are a partner and you're not a part of our partner group, shame on you. You should be. There's a lot of information that we put there that's just for Journey Partners. And so it's beyond this public page. We want to make sure you're aware of that. So go to Journey Church Partners, request to be invited, and then we'll make sure you're a Journey Partner and let you be a part of that Facebook group. But today, one of the highlights was something that came from the Dream Again series with one of our Journey Partners. And I guess for me, the biggest thing is this. After having some follow-up conversations with folks about their dreams, I'm noticing more and more and more and more how important it is for you to have people in your life that encourage your dreams. Now, there are people in your life that there are some people out there that it would seem that God has gifted them to do nothing but stamp out and discourage you from ever trying anything ever. Because that's all they do and that's all they live for, is to tell people how limited they are and to discourage people from doing anything. There are a few people like that, and trust me, that's not a gift from God. But most people just sit in a neutral place of apathy. It's not that they're going to discourage you from your dreams, but they don't really encourage you. They don't really challenge you to step out on the ledge. They don't really challenge you to do more than you could think we possibly ask or imagine. They don't really fuel your faith. And so I just challenge you. You need to have at least one, and have some folks in your life that can just speak into your dreams, that can actually encourage you and move you forward. You need to have them in your life. If you have those discouraging ones, I'm not saying you can't be friends with them. You just don't need to listen to their negativity. You need to find, in addition to the people that are neutral, you need to find the people that will encourage you and will help you dream again and help you take steps towards your dream. All right. I want to just give you a few things that are coming up really in the next few weeks, just because of how busy the season is, to make sure you know what's coming up. So I'm going to give you a quick couple announcements here. Partner night is tomorrow night. Okay. Partner night is Thursday night, and we are changing it up a little bit. Ooh, I got to move over. We are changing it up a little bit. We are intentionally taking away some things. So we're taking away the dinner time between 6:30 and 7 with Chick-fil-A. We're taking away some of the downtime in terms of what we did around the tables. We enjoyed all of those things, but at the end of the day, we're also doing something very similar with our leader link with some of our core folks, and so we just don't want these to be the same kind of meetings. And so our partner nights are going to shift to be a little bit more prayerful, a little bit more worshipful, a little bit more celebrating, and a little bit more in terms of the message, very similar to what we have been doing, but really a message that I wouldn't normally bring on a Sunday morning. I want to be able to bring to our partners, specific to our partners, on partner night. So you do need to register. Here's why. We still have childcare, okay, so we need you to register for that. But we also need you to register because this partner night, this one in November, is also a volunteer appreciation. So if you're a partner, which means you serve, we want to thank you for all of your service. And part of the night, towards the end of the night, is going to be celebrating our volunteers, celebrating all that they do and all that they help us accomplish. And so we want to celebrate you. And so please make sure you register so we know how much food to get. We're going to have kind of some pastries and sweets and some things afterwards just to hang out and enjoy each other. And so we encourage you to register and be there. We already have quite a good number of folks registered. We want every partner and every person who serves to be there. So please do whatever you can in your schedule. I know it's starting to get busy. Please do what you can to be there and to be a part of this, okay? Next is, I'm really excited about the Share Hope Project. We're finishing it this Sunday. Finishing it meaning you need to bring everything in. Everything needs to be brought in this Sunday. Your shoe boxes need to be brought in this Sunday. All the bags that you're collecting at work and sports teams and, your clubs and throughout the neighborhood, all of those need to be brought in on Sunday. So maybe this Saturday is your last big collection day out in the neighborhood. Maybe Friday is your last day to tell everybody at work, hey, get your stuff in, because we want to be able to collect all of that on Sunday. And then this Sunday, after the services, we'll have opportunities for you to help pack some bags. We'll have opportunities for you to help with Care Pack, with Bags of Hope. Bags of Hope has already started packing some of their Thanksgiving bags because of how much they're collecting and the 300 bags they're trying to create for Thanksgiving. We also have some opportunities with Operation Christmas Child to take all the bags of the extra fill-in stuff and maybe put them in shoe boxes. If not, we'll just take them to the center, as well as we'll load the shoe boxes up after service. I'm very excited as I've seen Facebook posts and people share on the Gathering Facebook page and other places that they're really, again, seeing the benefit of networking with their people at work, networking with their schools, networking with other people to help them share hope, and especially for Hope Lake Norman. And so we really appreciate you being involved in that. That's this weekend. Don't forget, that's this weekend. This Saturday as well is the last prayer walk for Love Life Charlotte for Charlotte, Greensboro, and Raleigh. And we're actually doing a very large gathering in all three places. Every church that's a partner comes together and does a time of praise and worship and a prayer walk for abortion in our city. And so if you've been a part of what we do here, we partner with Love Life primarily because they are not a protest group. This is not a picket sign holding thing. They call the church together to simply pray. And that's why we love the heartbeat of Love Life. And that's why we as a church have decided to partner with them. We've adopted weeks for our youth. We've adopted weeks as a church over the last several years. And every year we want to always support and come out in droves for the last week, because it's a big opportunity for us to not just celebrate what God has done this year, but to once again bring the power of the church united together in prayer for this issue in our city. And so we hope that you'll are already making plans to be there. If not, you can go to their website and sign up, okay? Last but not least, there is one last marriage workshop happening at the end of the month. So it's after Thanksgiving, all right? It's after Thanksgiving. It's the Wednesday night, the last Wednesday night of November, and we want to make sure that you know that this is going to be a topic. I'm sharing this time the topic called "When Your Wine Runs Out," and this is a message that has been in me and through a few other guys and ministers that I've worked with about just marriage issues and just working through counseling and common thread conversations about what happens in marriages when people fall out of love, when people are struggling to connect, what happens when people, they started off really strong, but they feel like they're kind of running out of gas. I want to be able to share with you just something I believe biblically allows us to be able to have the freedom to understand where we are, to understand where we could be in just a few years, depending on where you are in terms of your marriage, where you could eventually, end up when your wine, what you bring to the marriage, runs out. And then what does it look like to transform that marriage? What does it look like to see Jesus do a very, very, very special work in your life? I'm really looking forward to sharing at this marriage workshop, and I really hope that you'll be a part of that. You can go to our events page online and register for that. There'll be a couple of emails that come out as well, reminding you of the workshop. So that's happening at the end of November. I'll get back at the center here. It's crazy, and I know it's really nuts, but I really am. I'm incredibly grateful. And that's what this partner night is actually going to be kind of all about. How we handle our gratitude, not just in terms of being thankful every day for 30 days, or not just in Thanksgiving with our family, going around the table saying what we're thankful for. How do we constantly, continually have a heart that remembers what God has done? And as we're going to talk about on Thursday, we're going to talk about how important that is to our faith. We're going to talk about how important it is that God tells us to hold tightly to and to remember what He has done. And in our kind of current culture of short attention spans and novelty, it's very difficult sometimes for us to remain faithful, to remain rooted in what we know and what we believe in our faith, when there's not a whole lot of activity on the outside happening. And part of the way to do that is understanding not just stewardship well, but gratitude of what God has done and the stewardship of what He's done in and through us and what He's going to continue to do. That's part of the dream. So we're going to talk about gratitude, stewardship, and dreams and how they all connect to continue allowing us to serve faithfully, to love Him faithfully, and to not drift away from what He's called us to do and what He's called us to be. So I'm really excited about that. Again, remember, that's tomorrow night. Make sure you register for it. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Wednesday, if you're watching this today. Amazing rest of your Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing every single one of you this Sunday at Journey Church. Bye, guys.